around the town all the while. Will you wake from your dream with a wolf at the door reaching out for Veronica? Well, it was all 65 years ago when the world was the street where she lived, and a young man sailed on a ship in the sea with a picture of Veronica on the Empress of India. And as she closed her eyes upon the world and picked up on the bones of last week's news, she spoke his name out loud again. Do you suppose that waiting hands on eyes Veronica has gone to hiding? All the time she laughs at those who shout her name and steal her clothes. Veronica, Veronica, Veronica. Veronica sits in her favorite chair. She sits very quiet and still, and they call her a name and they never get it right, and if they don't, nobody else will. But she used to have a carefree mind of her own and a devilish look in her eye, saying you can call me anything you like, but my name is Veronica. Do you suppose that waiting hands on eyes Veronica has gone to hiding? All the time she laughs at those who shout her name and steal her clothes. Veronica, Veronica, Veronica. She comes on like a rose, but everybody knows she'll get you in dust. Well, you can look, but you better not touch.
Great! This always happens. I'm singing with an a cappella group, and some wise guy makes me lose my hair. You know, it's not that I'm bad. It's just that I wouldn't mind being a little bit better.
Jamie, are you having problems with your hair?
Yeah, Gordon, and speaking of the stuff, yours looks great. You look so young, so active, so confident.
Thanks, Jamie, but it hasn't always been this way. No, once my hair looked as pathetic as yours does right now. But then I discovered the Harvard-Radcliffe Hair Club for Callbacks. Yes, I'm back to my college weight now, and I feel great. Just a delicious shake for breakfast, another for lunch, and a sensible dinner.
When I run my fingers through Sean's hair, it feels very natural, like his own. Even when wet, it looks very natural. Even when it blows around, it looks just like his own.
Wow, the stuff's versatile too. He can run, play ball, swim, drive a monster truck, and sing with the Callbacks. Not even the audience knows the difference.
Let me tell you, Jamie, it's changed my life. I really recommend it.
Thanks.
Jamie is now undergoing what we call the polyfuse method, where we'll blend our fake hair with his one strand of hair.
Wow, I look great! And I bet I can sing again too. Nora? Not this time, wise guy. I'm not only a callback, I'm also a client.
Whoa.
I'd like to dedicate this next song to a friend of mine, my friend Kim, who's very sick in the hospital. Thank you.
The shadow
wistful little star was far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering
The shadow of your smile.
the shadow of your smile when you are gone will color all my dreams and light the dawn. Look into my eyes, my love, and see all the lovely things you are to me. Our wistful little star was far too high. A teardrop kissed your lips, and so did I. Now when I remember spring, all the joy that love can bring, I will be remembering the shadow of your smile, the shadow of your smile, shadow of your smile.
Howdy. This here's a little tune from back home where life is slow and where folks they say what they feel. Down, 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 down. Oh, I couldn't live a single day without you. Actually, on second thought, well, I suppose I could. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, honey, you're the greatest. Well, at any rate, I guess you're pretty good. Now it seems to me I'm relatively lucky. I know I probably couldn't ask for too much more. I honestly can say you're an above average lady. You're almost just what I've been looking for. You're sort of everything I ever wanted. You're not perfect, but I love you anyhow. You're the woman that I've always dreamed of. Well, not really, but you're good enough for now. You're pretty close to what I've always hoped for. That's why my love for you is fairly strong.
really, but you're good enough for now.
Yippee-yi-yay!
No, not really, but you're good enough for now.
For now.
Seniors, don't let this happen to you. This young man paid all his library fines, returned all his overdue books, but he forgot to do one thing: buy the Harvard-Radcliffe Callbacks Off the Record tape. The Callbacks Off the Record. Don't leave school without it.
In 100 years from now, they will attempt to tell us how the scientific means to bliss will supersede the human kiss. A subatomic chain will maybe galvanize the brain, or a biochemic trance will eliminate romance. Whatever should we care when there are arrows in the air from by lovers' ancient art that goes straight to my heart, straight to my heart. The future sugar-coated pill will give our lovers time to kill. I think they're working far too much for the redundancy of touch. But what will make me yours are a million deadly spores from my lover's ancient art that goes straight to my heart, straight to my heart. Come into my door, be the light of my life. Come into my door, you'll never have to sweep the floor. Come into my door, be the light of my life. Come into my door, come and be my life. I'll be true to no one but you. If it's a future world we fear, we have tomorrow's seeds right here. Or you can hold them in your hand, or let them fall into the sand. But if our love is pure, the only thing of which we're sure, then you can play your part and fly straight to my heart, straight to my heart. If I should seek immunity and love you with impunity, then the only thing to do is to pledge myself to you. They only dealt one card, so for me it is not hard. You're the bright star in my chart. You go straight to my heart, straight to my heart. Come into my door, be the light of my life. Come into my door, you'll never have to sweep the floor. Come into my door, be the light of my life. Come into my door, come and be my life. I'll be true to no one but you.
Well, Charlie, it appears that this is our last jam with the callbacks, and we seem to be in such a position that we can say
Misty watercolored
anything,
memories. Thank you, lady.
anything we want.
Does this side of the audience look shorter to you? Could you people blend just a little bit? They're not listening. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. My last chance to communicate with a big audience. Thank you. I guess what we should do now is invite some of the alumni up.
Yes, we'd like any alums in the audience to now come up and join us for our signature song, The Old Irish Blessing. And we know you're out there, so don't even pretend to hide. Faster.
All right, guys, I'm sorry. I missed my cue. Sorry. I knew this was going to happen. My last show.
Charlie, why don't you try this jacket on?
What's this for?
It's our special David Byrne model.
Okay. Wow. One, two, three, hey! And she was lying in the grass, and she could hear the highway breathing, and she could see a nearby factory. She's making sure she's not dreaming. See the lights of a neighbor's house. Now she's starting to rise. Take a minute to concentrate, and she opens up her eyes. The world was moving, she was right there with it, and she was. The world was moving, she was floating above it, and she was. And she was. And she was drifting through the backyard, and she was taking off her dress, and she was moving very slowly, rising up above the earth, moving into the universe, drifting this way and that, not touching the ground at all. And she's up above the yard. The world was moving, she was right there with it, and she was. The world was moving, she was floating above it, and she was. Hey, hey, and she was glad about it. no doubt about it. She isn't sure about where she's gone. No time to think about what to tell them. No time to think about what, who, thought that she was. Hey, 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 hey! And you may ask yourself, why such a big coat? And you may ask yourself, should this coat be taken in a little? And you may ask yourself, why the hell does he do this? Why ask why? Try bud dry. She was looking at herself, and things were looking like a movie. She had a pleasant elevation. She's rising out in all directions. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, 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 hey. The world was moving, she was right there with it, and she was. The world was moving, she was floating above it, and she was joining the world of missing persons, and she was missing enough to feel alright, and she was, and she was, and she was, and she was, yeah, 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 and she was.
Enjoying the show? Is this on? Yes. Okay. I'm enjoying it too. I'm really going to miss these jamborees. Actually, I'm going to miss many things about Harvard. Actually, I'm going to miss many things about Harvard. Actually, I'm going to miss many things about Harvard. First of all, I'm going to miss the sense of living in a historical landmark. More specifically, I'll miss venerable vegetables, which I consider to be one of our few remaining genuine artifacts from the Harvard of 350 years ago. On a similar note, I'll miss the challenge of eating in the dining hall. After 4 years here, I've really gotten used to selecting my meals according to the principle, avoid foods in which horrible things are easily hidden. I automatically rate every food I see now on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 means relatively safe to eat and 10 means tuna casserole. Macaroni and cheese, for instance, would be a 3. I mean, you can see the macaroni, you can see the cheese, you put them together, there's nothing too scary about it. But on the other hand, you can't pretend it's safer than a 3 because there's always the chance that something could be hiding in each individual macaroni. I must admit, though, that the food at Harvard has gotten much better this year, hasn't it? Just as we're about to leave. The hamburger option, deli days, soup and salad days. Whenever I have a meal with freshmen now, I find myself saying things like, when I was a freshman, we didn't have pesto sauce. And they say, What did you put on your tortellini then? And I say, tears. What else am I going to miss about Harvard? I'm going to miss sections. Sections provide such interesting insights into human nature, don't you think? There's always that one person in every section who thinks he's Plato, Leonardo, and Einstein all rolled into one. I've noticed that people like this feel compelled to drop their revelations like small thermonuclear devices. The section will be having a perfectly normal discussion when all of a sudden this person will say, I think that truth is relative. And there will be this long silence as all of the freshmen write down truth is. And then the section leader will say, trying to be tactful, well, yes. And how would you relate that idea to photosynthesis? Then I'm going to miss the tourists. Especially the tourists around the John Harvard statue in Harvard Yard. It was always so much fun, wasn't it, to walk by them and feel that caption appear over your head? Real, live Harvard student. Then I'm going to miss Harvard toasters. For those of you unfamiliar with Harvard's toasting technology, I should explain that the classic Harvard toaster consists of a large metal rack, heating coils, and a chute. The rack moves like a conveyor belt, carrying the toast between the heating coils and dropping it down the chute in the back. This device permits intimate involvement in the toasting experience. You can watch as your toast starts out raw, then gets just a little bit singed, then starts getting brown, and then finally reaches that perfect state of ideal toastedness. And then bursts into flame. Builds character. And on the rare occasions that your toast actually survives the toasting experience without complete combustion, it always turns out that the bread was toasted only on one side. This enables you to play tricks on your friends. Now it's toast, now it's bread, now it's toast, now it's bread. Finally, I'm going to miss Boston. More specifically, I'm going to miss crossing the street in Boston. It always gives me a charge. There's a real art to crossing a street in Boston. You can't just wait until the cars have a red light, you'll get run over. No, you have to get right up on the curb and wait for a lull in traffic. Then, when there's only a few cars approaching the intersection, you make eye contact with the nearest driver. This is step one. Sometimes he'll stop right there and let you go, but only if he's from out of state. Usually, the hostilities escalate. You go on to step two, planting your foot in the intersection. Usually, he thinks you're bluffing. You go on to step three, leaning forward and revving up your arms. If he still doesn't stop, then the situation gets drastic. You go on to step four. You get this crazy look in your eye. The kind of look that says, I'm a lawyer. Finally, I'm going to miss being a part of our next group this evening. I used to be in this group. Some of you may remember me. I was the tall one. Anyway, this group was an extremely important part of my life at Harvard. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to have the opportunity to introduce the Radcliffe Pitches.
love tourists. But anyway, this statue, built in 1884, is also known around campus as the Statue of Three Lies. The first lie is that the Harvard University was not actually founded in the year engraved on the statue. The second lie is that this is not actually John Harvard. And the third lie is that there are only 2 lies to this statue. But if you all come this way, I'll show you the next part of the tour. This way, come on, come on, right over here. Now, if you all follow over here, yes, you'll see that we have the Harry Elkins Widener Memorial Library. Yes, this is called the Harry Elkins Widener Memorial Library. It's become rumor among Harvard students that everyone should have sex in the stacks of Widener at least once before they graduate. However, due to Harvard students' tendency to procrastinate, one can usually find several cap-and-gown seniors frantically searching for a companion to get close with on commencement day. Mrs. Widener stipulated when she donated money to Harvard that the building should always remain in its original design.
Not a stone or brick or piece of mortar is to be changed.
For the building shall revert back to the city of Cambridge. Score! There goes your library! Yes! There's one in every crowd. Oh, but if you'll just follow me now. Come right over here. Follow. Now, here we have Harvard Science Center. Science Center! I'm watching you. It's built with funds from the Polaroid Corporation and is supposed to look like a giant camera. Well, the day the building opens, no one could figure out how to get inside this building, and an angry crowd milled around for hours until someone realized that the architect had left the lens cap on. In 1987, the building became more accessible by removing it from its large tripod and placing it on the ground. Now, if you all move over here, you'll see that we have Harvard University's Sanders Theater, home of America's largest chandelier. It's a lovely building. There's also many statues and... Well, I want to believe that all fellas were nice. But girls, listen to me and take my advice. Hey, you better get yourselves on the right track. 'Cause finding a good man, girl, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Lord, I say, girl, needle in a haystack. Yeah, shoot. Girls, those fellas are slice, looking shy. But don't you ever let them catch you looking starry-eyed. They'll tell you that the love is true, and then they'll walk right over you. Man, you should know these things right off of the bat. 'Cause finding a good man, girl, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Lord, I say, girl, needle in a haystack. Yeah, shoot. Tell the girls you better look before you leave, 'cause still water sometimes is very deep. You'll be sorry when you discover that you're just his part-time lover. Girls, you should know these things right off the bat. 'Cause finding a good man, girl, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Lord, I say, girl, I said you better take heed and listen to me. You better play hard to get, or you're gonna regret. Now I'm telling you the natural fact. 'Cause finding a good man, girl, is like finding a needle in a haystack. Lord, I say, girl, needle in a haystack. Haystack.
Thank you very much. Thank you. We are the Radcliffe Pitches, and we're very pleased to be singing here for Graduation Jam for 2 reasons. Some of us because it means we really are graduating, and for others of us because it's very nice to have a group so markedly intelligent and so markedly able to go out as missionaries to tell the world that it really does rain on Harvard's graduation. But rain or not, we hope that you enjoy the rest of the show. Our next song is Sentimental Journey.
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. anticipation. Long to hear that all aboard. 7, that's time to leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven. Down every mile, railroad track. Ba-ba, ba-ba. 7, that's time the time that we leave at 5. I'll be waiting up for heaven. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Ba-ba, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey home. Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. I'm gonna take a sentimental journey to reward memories. I got my bag, I got my reservation. Spend each time I could afford like a child in wild anticipation. 'Cause I'll be counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey. Just a sentimental journey home. Long to hear that all aboard.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'd like to ask all of our alumni to come up on stage and join us for our next number. The song is called You'd Be Surprised. It was written in 1929 by Irving Berlin, and with a few changes has become our audience participation song. And Allison has found her victim.
Not so good in a crowd when you get him alone. You'd be surprised. He isn't much at a dance, but then when he takes you home, you'd be surprised. He doesn't look like much of a lover, but don't judge a book by its cover. He's got the face of an angel, but there's a devil in his eye. He's such a delicate thing when he starts to squeeze. You'd be surprised. He doesn't look very strong, but when you sit on his knees, you'd be surprised. He doesn't look like much of a lover, but don't judge a book by its cover. 'Cause with a Harvard Radcliffe man, you'd be surprised.
We have 3 seniors in our group. They are Charlotte Davidson, Frances Pang, and Catherine Hand. And we love them just as much as you do, or more. And we thought we'd ask them if they had any words of wisdom to impart to us underclassmen as they're graduating.
Well, shucks, we didn't really prepare anything. Graduation's here. I'm kissing people that I met once freshman year. And all the while I'm drinking cups of warm flat beer and answering questions about what I'll do next year. As if I knew. Where is the romance? I couldn't even get a date for the last dance.
I sold my fridge, but I can't sell my dying plants. I have no job next year, so I will go to France. I'll say la vie.
Oh, the pain, the pain. Sweating in my gown and hoping it won't rain. At least I'll never have to take exams again. Is it just me or is my family insane? The clam bake sucked. Life won't be hard. At least my diploma will always say Harvard. And anyway, I've got my dad's gold MasterCard. In 25 years, I'll be back in Harvard Yard. Hi, Mom and Dad. Riding in my car, you turn on the radio. I'm pulling you close, but you just say no. You say you don't like it, but I know you're a liar. 'Cause when we kiss, ooh, fire, fire. Well, it's a late at night. I'm taking you home. I say I wanna stay. You say you wanna be alone. You say you don't love me, but I know you're a liar. 'Cause when we kiss, ooh, fire, fire. You had a hold on me right from the start. Grip so tight I couldn't tear it apart. My nerves are jumping, acting like a fool. Your kisses, they burn, but your heart stays cool. Oh, oh, oh.
2, 3, 4.
Oh, Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah. Oh, baby, you can bet a love they couldn't deny. Your words say split, but your words, they lie. 'Cause when we kiss, ooh, fire, fire. I like what you're doing, love. Fire, burning me with fire. Let me stand next to your fire.
Thank you very much for coming tonight. We really appreciate your coming out and seeing us, and we had a great time singing for you in what is for some of us our last farewell concert here in Sanders Theater. Our last song will be One More Minute. Thank you very much. Congratulations to you all, and best of luck next year.
So I heard that you're leaving. gonna leave me far behind.
So far behind.
'Cause you found a brand new lover. You decided that I'm not your kind. So I pulled your name out of my Rolodex, and I tore all your pictures in two, and I burned down the malt shop where we used to go, just because it reminds me of you. That's right. You ain't gonna see me crying. I'm glad that you found somebody new, 'cause I'd rather spend eternity eating shards of broken glass than spend one more minute with you. I guess I might seem kind of bitter, a little down in the dumps, because you left me alone at the gas station of love, and I had to use the self-service pump. So honey, let me help you with that suitcase. You ain't gonna break my heart in two, 'cause I'd rather get 100,000 paper cuts on my face than spend one more minute with you. I'd rather rip out my intestines with a spork than watch you going out with other women. I'd rather slam all my fingers in a door again and again and again and again and again. Oh, can't you see what I'm trying to say, Pookie? I'd rather have my blood sucked out by leeches, shove an ice pick under a toenail or two. I'd rather clean all the bathrooms in Grand Central Station with my tongue and spend one more minute with you. I'd rather jump naked into a huge pile of thumbtacks, stick my nostrils together with crazy glue. I'd rather dive into a swimming pool filled with double-edged razor blades than spend one more minute with you.